Another major story we're following at 5. The governor and attorney general warning today they'll soon appeal an Anchorage judge's homeschooling decision. That ruling said using public money to reimburse private and religious schools' expenses as part of the state's correspondence program is not constitutional. Our political reporter Steve Kirch tells us live from Juneau about the governor's plan.
Saying they'll file an appeal Monday, Governor Mike Dunleavy was joined by Attorney General Craig Taylor in what they called the unprecedented nature of this ruling, saying in their view it puts at risk 24,000 homeschool students. The judge says using public funds to reimburse homeschool families for private and religious school expenses violates the state constitution. The administration wants a stay of decision longer than summer until they want state Supreme Court justices to make a decision. With so many questions, the governor talked about the hypotheticals like a constitutional amendment, new scholarship system, even an education dividend, which he compared to a PFD. The governor called out NEA Alaska during his news conference because they're part of the lawsuit. The union's president insisted today the governor knows the statute he supports is in violation of the state constitution and a legislative fix is needed.
So in the state of Alaska, like most of the country, you don't have a simple, just pure public only because you're buying services and equipment and goods from private vendors to underwrite the public education. And that's what this homeschool process was and is. Public school, public education for 24,000 kids.
Even though it's not a direct payment to those institutions, that the judge has said de facto it is to the direct benefit of those institutions, even though the money's directed through the parent, because it is public. The things that are clear are that it's public money for education going to a private institution, and that's what's unconstitutional.
Now, the NEA president says that he does support a stay until the end of the school year, so there isn't a disruption in the school session for students. Now, the governor says this is a long ways off, and we'll see what happens. Steve Kirch, Alaska's News Source.